And
to be honest, I think the fight was boring.
And Kelly made it boring.
I think the result is a little bit...
What impressed me with Josh Kelly this time was he didn't go all guns blazing for the first 6 rounds like he usually does.
We have another British champion, so happy days.
He's not fighting anyone at the champions.
Well, he's a champion now.
The problem is Josh Kelly isn't a big enough name for them.
Even if he beats Thurman?
That's why I think Thurman's a good measure, because that'll put his name up there.
Yeah, Thurman would probably be a good call, isn't it?
I could call out someone like a Conor Ben.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look at the weekend's fights, starting with Bakhram Murtazaliev versus Josh Kelly for the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship at Super, taking place in Newcastle in the UK. So Simon, your thoughts? Josh Kelly creeping at a points win against Murtazaliev?
Yeah. Better than I expected.
I think the result is a little bit... I think there's a lot of home advantage going on here. As much as I'm happy to have another British champion, I don't think he quite deserves it as much as Dalton Smith.
Josh Kelly won the fight.
I think Murtazaliev won. I think the lowest it could be is a draw.
I had Kelly by 2 rounds. He didn't gas out like I thought he was going to gas out.
Well, should I say what we had while you're thinking? We had results. This is what we predicted. You had 2. You had Kelly in round 2 KO, which is not far because he had a knockdown in 3. And you had Murtazaliev in round 5, and he got his knockdown in round 9. I had Murtazaliev in round 7 KO. So we were wrong on the points. Although they got the knockdowns, I think they were.
Yeah, like close. I said, I did. What impressed me with Josh Kelly this time was he didn't go all guns blazing for the first 6 rounds like he usually does.
I think he paced himself better.
Yeah, he did.
He was more disciplined than he normally is.
Better. Could have upped his work rate a little bit more. Or I think from Murtazaliev, ringing activities proven.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of ring rust.
And it showed because, like I say, for the first 4 or 5 rounds, Murtazaliev falling short, timing not there for me, and I think that is just ring rust.
Yeah, but what do you think Josh Kelly did in those rounds? Yeah, I've got an issue, and I've got an issue. It's going to come up fight, isn't it? The person running around the ring should be hitting back, which we like. We like boxing IQ. I don't think he did enough. I'm a little bit upset because there's a fight before where the scoring was all over the place, the Turhan fight, which we're going to do in a bit. But I've got the CompuBox every round. I actually looked at my scoring. I'll tell you my score. Right. Where's my score? Yeah, I can see the 115 and 111, but for Murtazaliev. I had 116, 110, but I think I put the wrong, I counted one round wrong. So. And if you actually look at the CompuBox, it's not correct. I think I got the round that I would have given is the 4th, obviously, because he got the knockdown in the 4th. The first 3 rounds I give to Murtazaliev because he's landed more punches. Even though he's missing with a lot, he landed more punches and more power punches. 4th round is basically, it's close on CompuBox, but yeah, obviously the knockdown alters it in the favour of Kelly. 5th round I give to Kelly, even though it was basically even, and probably it should be, the 5th round should be Murtazaliev's, 6th round should be Kelly's. And then Murtazaliev, then 8th round was Kelly's. 9th round, obviously the knockdown, it was completely one way. It was, Murtazaliev's. 10th round is Murtazaliev's because he was trying to get him out of there. 11th round, Kelly recovered, so you can give him that round. And 12th round was Murtazaliev's. So I don't get how any of these people have got their score. 115, 111 the other way, I can see. 116, 110. I can't see any of the scores. I don't know how he's...
Well, that's your opinion.
Other than home advantage.
That's your opinion.
Well, statistically, it makes sense
What have
as
I
well.
told you about your statistics? Your statistics are rubbish.
That's not mine. That's CompuBox's
Yeah,
statistics
and
of
they're
punches
all-
landed
and
and
they're
power
crap.
punches landed.
Absolute crap.
I think there's a lot of home audience going on there.
No, not for me. But like I say, I think the
And
fact-
to be honest, I think the fight was boring. I
the
wasn't
fight
that
was
happy with
boring,
it. It was
and Kelly made
crap.
it boring. Josh Kelly fought
See,
his fight
Dalton Smith deserved his win because he was epic.
because he knocked
Kelly-
him out.
Yeah, but I mean, against a monster fighter. And no, but it was an even fight. But he carried on going and he fought it. It was a brilliant fight. This was just boring. But it wasn't Murtazaliev's fault that it was boring. It was Kelly's fault that it was boring.
Yeah, it was Kelly, but drew him into his fight.
And he never hit him. I mean, if you're going to box around, you've got to hit him. He's got one round where he's punched him 10 times. And that was because there was
Did
a
you
flurry.
see Murtazaliev's face?
Yeah, but he still landed more punches.
And Josh
And
Kelly's
basically, when
face.
he knocked him down, Kelly was basically out of there. If that was anywhere else other than the UK, even if it was I think if it was London, Kelly's not getting up after the 9th round. He basically said it himself on his interview. He said, "It's the crowd that got me up at that point." I think that's outside of the UK. Murtazaliev gets the scoreline by quite a lot.
Well, it wasn't. So.
Yeah.
And like I say, I had Kelly by 2 rounds.
And probably I'll give you'll understand why I'm set when we get onto the later fight. So I've probably been a little bit biased on one side because of that. But yeah. But we have another British champion. So happy days. And what do you think next? Because I think there is a bit of Kelly is a lot more marketable than Murtazaliev. So that makes a bit of sense of. But do you think he's like the other people? Let me bring up the other people before I mix up names. There was some like the commentators going about Boots and
He's
Ortiz.
not fighting anyone at the champions.
Well, he's a champion now.
Yeah, but he ain't fighting any of the other champions, I'm telling you now.
Where do we go?
His next fight will either be...
Well, one of the ones they were, just before you get on yours, carry on thinking about it, but one of the things said before this, I think, because I think they were expecting Murtazaliev to win, was going to be, because there's another fight we're going to do in our next video, is Zayas versus Baru, the winner of that.
No.
Because he's a belt holder as a unification fight, WBO and IBF. And we'll get on to that result in either one. But there's Virgil Ortiz Jr.,
Not
Sebastian
fighting him.
Fundora,
Not fighting him.
Madrimov,
Not fighting him.
and Zayas and Boots.
Not fighting any of them.
Okay, so who would you have him fight?
Callum Walsh. Keith Thurman.
Why Thurman? I can understand Callum Walsh because obviously British fight.
Keith Thurman, highly ranked.
As more like a measure to see if he's capable of those
It's a good fight for Josh.
dangerous fight.
Dangerous fight, but it's a good fight for him. Good name.
Callum Walsh first, you think? Because obviously you're going to get a big audience for that, innit? And you can do it anywhere. And you've got the Irish audience plus the Sunderland audience, so you've got a big...
Possibly, yeah. I think Callum Walsh is like...
But he's not quite there, isn't he?
He's ranked just underneath Josh in the IBF.
Oh, they've got the number 1 and number 2. I was looking at number 1 and 2, but they're vacant.
Yeah. And then it's Callum Walsh.
No, then it's Josh Kelly, then it's Callum Walsh.
Yeah,
They haven't updated the list yet. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. IBF mandatory.
Big fight in the UK.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I understand why that fight would make sense.
Yeah, I like a Keith Thurman fight for him. I think he could show his skills off against Keith Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dangerous. It's a big US name, Keith Thurman.
In the UK or in the US? So obviously Callum Walsh only makes sense in the UK.
Keith Thurman will come to the UK.
No, I'm asking where do you think it'll be?
I think
So I'm not...
back in Newcastle, back up northeast, isn't it?
Okay.
Um,
And then after that, so that's like the prep. Then do you think he goes for unification?
no.
Actually, Xander Zayas is the unified champion now, isn't he? Because he beat Baru, was the WBA.
Josh Kelly ain't getting near them champions.
Yeah, and that's my issue with it, innit? See, if Murtazaliev won, then you are going to look at them, although they were all avoiding him. So,
Josh
because
Kelly ain't
it only
getting
makes
near them.
sense if he's going to fight some of them that to be there. But I
No.
think he gets whooped by all of them.
The problem is Josh Kelly isn't a big enough name for them. I know that's no disrespect to Josh Kelly, but it's just not a big enough name for them.
Even if he beats Furman?
Even if he beats Fairman, if you said that's why I think Fairman's a good measure because that'll put his name up there.
Yeah.
But if you said to someone like Sebastian Vendora or Virgil Ortiz,
Who is he?
do you want to fight Josh Kelly? I guarantee you they'd say, who's that?
Well, Ortiz is trying to make. Well, what about Boots? Because he hasn't got a belt to come after a belt.
Eddie ain't gonna put Boots and Kelly together.
Boots is not even on the list of contenders on day one.
No chance. Boots has got his eyes set on the likes of a Fendor or Ortiz. Obviously, Ortiz has
they're trying to make Ortiz, but there's issues,
yeah,
isn't it?
there's a legal dispute going on now, blah, 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 blah. But I think that fight will still happen.
I think it will, but I think Boots will probably have somebody else in mind before. So that's where it makes... Maybe Boots and Zayas, isn't it? Because that's
a better fight. But like I say, for Josh Kelly, stay away from them champions.
Xander Zayas?
No, he ain't going to get that fight. No way.
You don't think he will?
That
was what was being made before, isn't it? The winner of them against the winner of this.
Josh Kelly will have a... like I say, I'd throw him in against like a Keith Thurman or a Callum Walsh next. I mean, Callum Walsh, that's a dangerous fight for him.
Well, Callum Walsh makes a lot of sense because he's going to be big in the UK because you've got all the Irish fans and you've got there. It's a big, Irish-British fight. And I think Callum Walsh is mandatory then, isn't he, in the list?
But the rest of the titles, Josh...
how do you think he does against Callum Walsh?
It's a tough one, that.
Callum Walsh is a good fighter.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's why I think a Keith Thurman, you get good money for that.
Well, Keith Thurman's like...
a big name.
3 on WBO, isn't he?
And his stock will rise if he could beat...
Well, Josh Kelly's actually the number 1 on the WBO.
That's what I mean.
Below Xander Zayas. So.
I just think a Keith Thurman fight, that's a
actually,
great
Keith
fight.
Third on WBC as well, isn't he?
And it gives him more of a name in the US. Not that it matters, but for the likes of Boots Ennis, Ortiz, Fendora.
Well, I think Thurman's a good he's not a gatekeeper, he's a really good boxer. So it's a good level test to see, are you really world class? Because, if you can get past him, then you're in the mix, I think, for those big fights. Because he's not that young, is he? Josh Kelly. We'll have his age on here. Give me 1 sec. I won't tell you. He's 31, isn't it? So he's there. Now is the time to make these fights if you're only doing 1 or 2 a year, isn't it? So you think next one this year would probably be... It's because Thurman would probably be a good call, isn't it?
Josh Kelly's the champion, so he could call out someone like a Conor Benn.
Conor Benn's the division below. Well, I think there's another set of fights we've already called out, Conor Benn, and Conor Benn's looking at them because they're bigger than Josh Kelly.
Conor Benn could move up to that weight.
Because I think Conor Benn's saying he's welterweight in it, 147. He's looking at the names in there. I think he's calling out people lower down than the 147 weight. A couple of the 140s pounders.
No, for me, Josh... Look, he's a world champion now.
Well,
congratulations
Conor Benn
to
would
him.
be a huge fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
What weight did Conor Benn fight Eubank?
Middleweight.
Huh?
Middleweight.
160. Middleweight 160, yeah. Yeah, so we can do super junior middleweight, isn't it?
Yeah, easy.
That's a big fight. Wembley? No, Tottenham Hotspur probably, Or Stadium of Light. Though I think Conor Benn can probably pull more than they'll get.
I'd like to say, for me, I'd like to see Josh go and fight someone like... I keep harping on. I just don't know why Keith Thurman keeps coming to mind. I just think that's a great fight for him, a good name. Stylistically, be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And Keith Thurman's still a big scalp.
Well, Keith Thurman will come because then it's a world title fight, isn't it? So you can attract him. Because that puts him back in the mix if he can pull it off, isn't it? So,
and then you could move on to looking at the bigger names in the division at the moment.
How do you think he does against the bigger names? Say Virgil. We'll go through them. Virgil. I think he loses.
Stylistically, that Virgil's all wrong for Josh Kelly because he just carries on coming forward.
Fundora. I think he's wrong as well. Just his physique is wrong, I think.
You know what? That might be the one where Josh Kelly's got the best chance at. His speed.
His speed might give him a chance.
Destroy Fundora.
Speed and mover. I think Fundora's a bit faster than what people give credit for. The problem is, I don't know if Kelly will be able to deal with his height. I think his speed, it's going to be whether Fundora can deal with his speed and whether Kelly can deal with Fundora's, the lankiness, I think.
No, like I say, I think Kelly's speed will give Fundora kittens.
I still think Fundora wins that one as well.
You just not like Josh Kelly?
No, I'm not a fan. So I'm not a fan.
I'm not a big fan of
to be
Josh
honest,
Kelly.
I was supporting him, but like I don't like bad scoring. And like I said, you'll see in a little bit when we do some of the undercard fight why I'm actually upset about the scoring. But anyway, no. The thing is, this I can see why he's won, but I don't think he's as good as any of the top guys. I don't think he beats Zayas. I don't think he beats Fundora. I don't think he beats Ortiz. I definitely don't think he beats Boots.
Well, we're not saying he does. We are saying he doesn't. But
so I think a Thurman fight is good. Although, to be fair, I think that's 50-50.
yeah. He looks a lot better at this weight than he has done at the lower weight.
Mm-hmm.
He looks big. He looks
he
strong.
He needs to do more than what he did in this fight.
His boxing skills are phenomenal.
His movement and his thing is good, but you need to also punch. And then he was punching, but he's just waiting on the thing. You need to get like
I think
there are rounds there where he's only hit like 1 or 2 punches.
That's
and you're thinking
stamina.
that's.
I think that's his stamina.
And that's always been the issue. And realistically, like I said, if that's anywhere else after the 9th round, he's out. And like he's landed, all right, the 9th round he got knocked, so we won't count that. But even the next round, he's only landed 4 punches. And there's people giving him that round. Murtazaliev landed 11. And like Murtazaliev was landing the heavy punches. You know, the power punches, he's blitzed them. The power punches landed is like 61 to 33, 25 to the body to 3 to.
Well, like I say, I take no notice of CompuBox because.
No, normally I don't, but like, I mean, it's blaringly obvious. It's not like normally it's quite close. So like you're going on the thing and you think, yeah, Kelly was more accurate and he was better with pacing himself, which I think he's done good in this. But all the front foot pressure, basically every round front foot pressure was Murtazaliev. And I think Murtazaliev was rusty, and if he wasn't rusty, he'd have got him out of there.
Definitely,
in the 7 rounds.
That's his fault for being ring rusty.
Yeah. And I think there's
fighting.
a little bit of stupidity on Murtazaliev's side, where they should have known you're going into the lines, then you've got to make it clear. Although I think he was thinking, I'm going to get him out of here because this guy's just going to gas. And that's where Kelly did well. So yeah. Good
Kelly,
performance.
Good game plan. Him and Adam Booth come up with a game plan.
But I don't think he's going to be rematching Murtazaliev anytime soon. When that tells you enough that what the result was.
No, I don't know.
Madrimov might be a good fight. But stylistically, I think Madrimov's horrible.
Eddie Hearn ain't going to put Josh Kelly in with Madrimov.
No. I wouldn't. If I was Josh Kelly's manager, I don't put him against any of them because I think he gets beat. So
just not going to
Zayas might be the one that's interesting though, because I think he's still learning. I think against an Ortiz, a Fundora or a Boots, that's bye-bye little title.
He ain't going to be putting him in with anyone that puts loads and loads of pressure on.
Yeah.
So, like I say, forget about your Zayases and your Ortizes. Boots.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to see them? I want to see unifications in this division. That's why I wanted to think Zayas to win, because we wanted to see them all fight.
But you're not going to. Plain and simple. Well,
Zayas has already got 2. So they're going to have, and then I think Fundora did have the other one. So I think they're going to have, at some point, it's going to get to being that. So he's going to have to fight one of those guys in one of those divisions because Boots wants to get the thing that Fundora is. Ortiz wants to do.
I promise you now.
No, maybe not in the next fight. I think the logical next fight is like a Callum Marshall or Keith Thurman. I think that's a good call of people on this where he's got a realistic chance. But yeah, that's my. All right. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are, whether you think it was the right result, whether it wasn't, and who do you think he should fight next now that he has been made the champion. And what you think of Thurman and Callum Walsh on that, or and what you think how he does against all the other champions or potential champions like Ortiz in this division, and or a Conor Benn match as well, isn't it? Okay, Josh Padley, I think we've got to give a shout out to 2-round KO. Good to see him. Good result.
Yeah.
We like him because he stepped in and saved a fight.
Yeah.
Shakur, so we like him for that. I think he deserved the fight. So I was really happy to see that. And it was a good performance. I enjoyed that one, even though it was short. Yeah. Any thoughts? Just good to see Padley deserved a fight and a thing on a card.
Padley's an underrated fighter, you know. Everyone's just
when he's in a full training ground, like when he turns up 2 weeks after like filling up electrics. Yeah, he's a good fighter. That's what I mean. He deserved the thing for saving an event. Yeah, but you turned up like 1 week notice, 5 days notice, 3 days notice.
Arguably,
one of the best fighters in the world,
pound for pound. But
he saved the event, which I think he deserves.
He could get another big fight in next,
And this showed that is a performance. When he did a full training camp and stuff, it was a good performance.
Good on him.
Blitzed the guy out, so it was good. The dangerous lady, Elif Turhan, had a fight, defending a title, the lightweight title. She's against Gentzen. This is the one that really annoyed me. One of the judges gave the fights to Gentzen. Have you seen the thing?
No.
I, for the life of me, cannot see how they've given her any rounds because all she did was run and hug. Run, dip her head down and hug. Never did anything of any use. It was complete, utter rubbish. She just ran around. Should be ashamed. It wasn't a fight. It was just the hugging contest and a running contest. And this is why I'm upset about the other one more.
Well, we can harp on all as much as we want.
But it was a split decision when I've given every round to Turhan, and this is like, I can't see a round where Gentzen got anything. And I did have the results of that. And she hasn't really landed any punches. There's like single-digit punches. They only landed in the whole fight, I think, less than 100 punches.
Judging is opinion-based, isn't it? And that's all it comes down to. Judging is opinion-based.
How can you give rounds to somebody who's just running around?
Ask the judge.
Avoiding a punch.
But they never
That's not in the rules. The thing is how you get hit. It was so boring, this fight. Because the Turhan versus the fight where she won last was brilliant. So she's bringing it. She was front foot pressure all the way and tried. Yeah, maybe she needs to slow down a bit of power on her punches.
That, like when Canelo fought, Skull won it.
Yeah, this was like
Do you know what I mean?
Well, Skull fought on this week. Are we doing a video about him? No, because we don't really barred him from our channel. So
this is just what happens.
My issue with it was the commentators. Oh, she's doing really well. No, she didn't. She didn't do diddly squat. She ruined the fight. It was boring. So it was only saved because Padley came on next and did a really good performance. It was brilliant. That was boring. And there was a Tanga before it, who should give a shout out, heavyweight. Another heavyweight up-and-coming British fighter, which was good. Who just basically went forward, but it's got skills and things. He's got decent size, and he's obviously still learning. He's just junior, but that was a good performance. Knockout as well, and then this one, which I thought was going to be brilliant, because you're thinking all these fights are going to be really good. Build up to the main event, and yeah, it really
some fighters just go in there to survive,
and that's what I don't like.
And unfortunately, when you go in there to survive, it's hard to knock that opponent out and look good against them.
Yeah. But that's fine, but they should have just called it out as it is. She's just running around and doing it, and they're like giving her rounds, and you're like, running around? You ain't even thrown a punch. So, no, I don't want to watch it again. Don't want to see it again. But Elif Turhan he's gone on into the pot of William Skull, so she's barred from a channel. Turhan is still there because she tried and she was good, and she did catch her with a couple of punches, and you should see the face of she started running more at that point. But Padley saved it, so we give shout out to Josh Padley. Thank you for making up for that rubbish. And then yeah, that's the thoughts on that. Any other thoughts, things?
Nice to see boxing back in the northeast.
Yeah, the atmosphere, and that was really good.
In the northeast, and
they were cheering when he was in them on the gloves or missing. It was brilliant from that point of view. But anyway,
that crowd in the northeast, it does act like like they say in football.
I think
we
got to give him some credit. Isn't he the first world champion from Sunderland? Am I mistaken? So, yeah. Well done. So well done for that.
And and you know what? As much as I have slated Josh Kelly, he's worked hard. And he's never, he's never given up hope. He could have quite easily he's had a few bad performances, but he's kept grinding away. you can tell he's an Adam Booth fighter. That's all I'll say.
Well, no, the thing is, you can see there's bits there. There's flashes of it on this.
Oh, he's got
like in flashes,
skills.
he looked brilliant, but it's only a flash.
Skills.
And then, and then there's nothing else. And then normally gasses in this one, he did. To be fair, I think he was gassing around about 9 to 10 anyway. But he's got a second wind with the audience and the crowd and everything else. And, sort of brought himself together. Because I thought basically once in the 9th, he got knocked down. I thought, that's it, he's given up now. In 10th round, he's going to go out because it was the timing there. But he's done good to recover because 11th is probably his round. But 12th, yeah.
I'd be interested to hear what Adam Booth said. I haven't listened to the after commentary, but I'd be interested to hear what Adam Booth says about it, his breakdown.
Well, the thing is this, you're saying that he's not going to fight any of them. They were calling out like Ennis and Ortiz and people like that, bring anybody on. Although do you think that's just the adrenaline that's just the adrenaline after fight?
Look, if he wants money, that
was mainly the commentators.
They're the big money fights, but...
You're world champion now, you have to fight the other world champions. We don't like these people avoid it.
He's not big
fights.
enough yet. No, I'm not big enough yet.
Okay, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe as usual. Follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Genuine Fake Boxing. And we shall see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching and listening.